I'm going to give a call out Yahweh, Bashem Mashak Wamalak Yahushua. That's giving all honor and praises to the Most High God and to his only begotten Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ. I'm Officer Donovan with the Battle Axes of the Most High, just coming at y'all again to say Shabbat Shalom, bringing us into another beautiful and glorious Sabbath. The water, Yahweh, bringing us into the Sabbath. I please pray keep brothers in the spirit, hope sisters was in the spirit. Thank you to brothers and sisters that fasted this past Tuesday. You know, I please pray it was afflicting. Brothers got mighty righteous prayers up, not only for themselves, but for the nation of Israel, for our congregation, right? And ultimately for the end of these wicked days, right? The end of Esau's reign, right? They changed it. There we go. Turn that on. Just want to say shalom, man. Be a quick class. I know I'm coming on kind of late, man. Esau been putting in that work, man. I ain't lying. Been working me like a Hebrew slave, literally. Coming into this Passover, man, I'm going to tell you, these taskmasters, Passover season, man, is on the way. Do not get sifted. Do not overcome yourself with leaven. And this is partially what's leading up to what we're going into, right? Shalom, 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 aklamor, man, shalom. Title of the class is Discipline. The title of the class is Discipline. And kind of just picked this title. You know, I had a bigger and longer drawn out class, but I want to make sure I give y'all my utmost 100% all the time. And so I'm going to keep adding on to the class I did have. But I do wanted to do this class because this is something that me and my wife even went over during our fast, which is discipline. And discipline is very, very important, man, especially in this truth. Discipline can, guess what, keep you out of trouble, keep you in the spirit. Guess what? You can have discipline to stay out of the spirit. You got discipline, like, you have all these things, man. They can go back and forth, right? They're synonymous with each other. We know everything is double to that which is. So if you can have discipline of this world to stay on the grind, stay getting money, stay getting paper, stay mad, have this vengeful, hateful, non-forgiving spirit, right? You can also have discipline to what? Serving the Most High God, removing the leaven out of your heart and your spirit. Continue to grow each and every day and continue to put that old man and old woman behind you, right? And that's kind of what we're going to deal with today. I want to go to Sirach chapter 21. I'm going to go to Sirach chapter 21, and I want to start at verse 15. Shalom, shalom, Sister Mary Houston. Brother Mighty, Brother Daniel, the house of Brother Daniel. Shalom, sis. How are you and the grandchildren, man? Shalom. I want to go to Sirach chapter 21 in verse number 15. It says, if a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it. But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casteth it behind his back. And the thing is, a lot of times, when you hear certain things, when you're hearing certain topics, when you're going through certain scriptures, you might hear a sister say something, hear a brother say something, whatever the case is. If you're a skillful man or woman into this truth, you're going to add unto it. Now, I'm not saying that the woman should go around the brothers and say, oh, man, yeah, that precept goes with that. But no, guess what? In your spirit, right, you will go in there and you'll be like, man, I can add that precept to this precept. I can do this and this and this and this. There's many ways to magnify and to exalt your body by adding unto the word, right? Or guess what? Your husband, your wife might say, hey, this is what I want you to do. This is what this. And guess what? You add unto it. Matter of fact, you told me to do this, but guess what? I want to do this as well. This is a precept you told me to meditate on, but I want to add this to this. You might have been correcting me, and I take the correction. Well, guess what? I'm going to add a precept to the correction so that we can get a better understanding of what's going on, right? A lot of times, discipline, man, it starts within, of course. It starts with small things. Your diet, your health, the things you do on a day-to-day basis, right? How you serve the Lord, how you love the Lord, how you treat your children, how you treat your wives, how you treat your family. In this truth, I should say. Because a lot of times when they're out the truth, you have to treat them a certain type of way anyway. Can't get too close, can't get too far. Got to keep a good, nice, even balance. Teaching them, edifying them, and getting away from them on wicked holidays, right? But it says, if a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it. Man, that was a mighty precept. A great precept. Great precept says, right? Great job adding into the word. Great job magnifying your ministry, right? It says, and add unto it. But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, because I don't understand it. What did you pull that precept for? That doesn't make sense. No, I don't get that. Why do I have to do that? That doesn't make sense. You kick against the pricks. Why? Because you don't understand it, and now it's displeasing you. But watch this, read. And cast it behind his back. Now he pulled away the shoulder, right? Now they don't want to listen. Now they're hard-headed. Now it's, hey, it's what it is what it is, right? And that's not what you want to do when you want to start to try to establish a wisdom and discipline into this truth, right? Because watch this. I'm going to jump up. I'm going to jump up to verse number 11. He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof, and the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom. He that is not wise will not be taught, but there is a wisdom which multiplied bitterness, right? And guess what, man? It says he that is wise will be taught. Well, if you're willing to bow down your ear, be attentive, and to listen to these things, and to truly try to hearken and to comprehend the ways of the Most High God and his laws, such commandments, this is how you become wise. This is how you can start engaging in more meaningful conversations within your life and within your household, within your own spirit. Because right now, we're trying to establish a good discipline of, guess what, getting all the leaven out of your spirit, right? Getting all these things coming out, right? New Year's coming up, just a couple weeks away. 2 weeks after that, guess what? We have the Passover, right? This is when you start to try to establish that discipline. If you didn't have it all this time before, throughout this whole year, if you kind of fell off in the beginning, right after Passover, you fell, kind of got back up around atonement, fell again during the dedication, kind of got back up between the beginning of the new year. You kind of had just kind of been tossed and turned. But guess what? Now you have another time and another opportunity, if the Most High God gives us allowance to make it there, to, guess what? Establish discipline within your heart. Understanding the role, understanding the importance of the Exodus is to escape, is to leave, is to not look back, to not turn back around and go back into the ways of Egypt. Knowing these things, knowing the discipline that we must do and must perform, these are the things that help propel us into this truth, man. And these are the things, right? Now watch this. I want to go to, just speaking about that discipline. Let's go to Sirach. Stay in Sirach chapter 6. Chapter 6, and I'll start at verse number 18. Chapter 6 and verse number 18. The book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse number 18. It says, my son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age. And think about it. This is how you establish a discipline. That's a hard thing to do, to start as a child and to keep the same morals, understanding, respect, all the way up until you're older in age. Picture if you were a newborn child and you got taught this truth from then, and you were able to retain it and keep it through all these years. Think about how strong and mighty brothers and sisters would be. Think about these things. This is why the Lord's told you to come back what? Come back as a babe, so that you can learn wisdom, understanding, discretion, discipline, the fruits of the Spirit, right? I'm reading on. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. So you got to do the work. This discipline comes with a certain type of work and a certain type of thing that you must perform in order to make the Most High God proud. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. It says she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. And guess what? You're not adding into the word. You're taking away from this word. Now you used to not kick against the priest. Now you're kicking against the priest. You used to care about the truth, and now you don't. Certain things and certain ways that come into your life when you were once putting in the work, when you were putting away that old man and old woman, Because if you're plowing and sowing, think about it. When you're doing these things, you're tilling your land, you're getting your spirit in order, you're getting rid of all the weeds, all the leaven, all the bad things that can possibly ruin that crop and ruin that harvest, man. Because all it takes is a little bit, right? It takes one little locust to make 10 locusts, 10 locusts to make 100, 100 to make 1,000, and that 1,000 takes away all your land, right? You have to beware of these things. It says she will lie, verse 21, she will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her, from him ere it be long. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. The thing is, in these last days, man, this discipline is not, and this wisdom of the Lord, it's not given to everybody. It's given to the children of Israel, the real Israelites, right? It's given you as an opportunity to do these things the right and correct way. But if you choose not to, it's going to be unpleasant to you. You're not going to like it, you're going to reject it, and the Lord ultimately will destroy in these end days. It says she will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her from him ere it be long. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. Put thy feet into her fetters, and put thy neck into her chain. This is how you bound yourself with the wisdom and understanding of this Bible, by putting on this type of discipline. Think about it. Think about when people train. I don't know if y'all ever seen a clip of Mike Tyson training. He'll put this thing on his neck, and he's working out. He got the chains on his neck. He's working out his neck. He's damn rolling back and forth on his neck. Think about the time, attention, and discipline that he had to do in order to perform those type of outrageous acts. Because if he went too far, he might break his neck. He might hurt himself permanently. But guess what? If you do it just right, you have the understanding. Now, picture this as wisdom. You're putting on wisdom as that guard, as that shield, and you're exercising in these things. You're getting better, you're getting stronger, you're getting faster, right? You're performing. And guess what? The fruits of your labor show forth right after these things, right? Mike Tyson will go and knock your damn head off after he finished doing this. And you hit him, his head don't move, his neck is super strong, and you see him, he talks like this. And then he talks like this, right? But that has nothing to do with this, right? But it says, give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. Put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. Bow down thy shoulder, and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned to thy joy. That's discipline. The Lord told you so many things. Give ear unto her. Take on the fetters. Take on the chains. Bow down your shoulders. Bear her. Be not grieved when it come unto you. Don't push away. Search and seek more. Keep going. Keep looking. Hold fast to it. Don't let it go. And then at the last, you finally going to get rewarded with it. But what if you have a problem during the midst of any of these things? What if you don't want to give your ear one day, right? What if you don't want to bow down your shoulder and humble yourself? What if you are grieved with the bounds of wisdom and the bonds of wisdom? What if you don't want to give your whole heart unto her one day? You're losing, and now you're lacking discipline in doing these things and to enact these things. It's like you're going to work out your arms, and you know you do curls, push-ups, and sit-ups. And guess what you do? Damn single arm cables, and you're pulling these things. You're like, well, I'm not going to do cables today. Now you're missing out on one part of the muscle that you're supposed to work on. Well, you're not going to do curls today. Now you're missing a bigger part of these things. Pretty soon, it's like, well, I'm just going to start doing legs from now on. Now you don't miss the whole thing. Now you mess your routine up. Now you have to start over. This is how it comes when it comes to gaining wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this Bible. If you lack in any one of these things, it's hard for wisdom to be attained unto you. You have to truly bow down and do all these things that the Lord asks you to do in order to serve wisdom properly, right? I'm going to read on. Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. Look how the things that seem to be so grievous and to seem so malicious sounding to be so glorious in the end times, man. Look about all the times you've studied, all the hours you put in, all the looks and all the crazy looks. You're always in that damn Bible. You're always reading. You're always studying. You're such a weirdo. Like, looking at these things, man. People looking at you odd, that you're doing things out of the ordinary. You constantly not buying pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. And like, damn, you still ain't eating no pork. You still ain't eating bacon. You still ain't cheated on this. You still ain't cheated on. Damn, you ain't did none of this. You still ain't did this. You still keeping them commandments. You still going to the streets and teaching. You still doing classes. You still wearing them damn dresses. You still not talking back to your husband. You still respecting your wife. You still raising your kids. Damn. That's a lot of discipline right there. And that's in just serving the Most High God. This is why you have to come unto her with your whole heart, and you have to be fully attentive to the things that she's giving you. Because she's giving you all the things that you need to not only, guess what, guide your life, but guide your own household. And ultimately make it to the kingdom, man. This is how you turn these things that seem so grievous into a strong defense. Think about it. You got in your household in the perfect manner of order. It's hard as hell. Balancing and juggling work-life balance, serving the Most High God, and doing all these things, three things at once. But then when you look at it, when the time of trouble and the things come to pass, man, your household is in order. You a tight-knit rock, man. This is how the Lord wants us to do. This is how the Lord wants us to build our spirit during this time, going into the Passover, going into the new year. Taking away the bonds of men, putting on the bonds and fetters of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Doing the things that the Lord wants us to do. Freeing ourselves from this world, this wicked exodus in this Egypt, man. Getting away from this Egypt, man. Taking off the bounds and bonds of Egypt and putting on the fetters of Hamashiach Yahushua and wisdom and understanding. It says, I'm going to jump down. Verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow down thine ear, thou shalt be wise. These are things, if you could, you would, right? I love this precept. These are one of the main precepts that I like pulling, for the simple fact is, if you would, you could. And if you could, you would, right? It said, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. If you wanted to learn, you will be taught. How many times a brother's like, well, I ain't want to ask you that question, brother. Why not, brother? We always here to answer questions. This is what we try to do. At the end of every class, at the end of every Sabbath class, Sunday is literally dedicated to answer brothers and sisters' questions. If you wanted to, you would, man. And it says, if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If you apply the things that you're learning, you apply the things that you've read and meditated on and studied, it will show forth. You will never not see somebody study about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And if they apply it, you would not, there's never not a way that you will never see that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding not on them. That makes no sense. If you apply it, it will be a part of you. If you apply wickedness into your heart, into your mind, guess what? It's going to show forth wisdom and wickedness, man. The wisdom of wickedness. But guess what? You sow in the spirit. You know all these precepts. You know all this stuff. But you're not applying that. You're applying hatred, envy, strife, malice, and wicked and ill intentions, man. You have to apply the things that you want to show forth in your body, man. And if you don't, you're going to be lost, man. It says, thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. Brothers and sisters who are even listening to class today, you love to hear, and now you're going to receive the understanding. Most High God willing, right? If thou bow down thy ear, thou shalt be wise, man. Verse 35. Verse 34. Stand in the multitude of elders, cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door, man. Let thy mind be upon the ordinance of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart, and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. Man, I'm going to tell you, I could have just read all that and got out of here, man. That's a perfect way and a perfect example of how wisdom can show forth through these things and through certain fruits of the Spirit, man. And these are the things that you need to do in order to keep that discipline. If you feel like you're losing and you're lacking discipline, you better be willing to hear every godly discourse. And you don't let no parables of understanding escape you. If you feel like you need more, guess what? You better be at every damn class. If you only catch class twice, 2 or 3 times a week, just start catching it 4 or 5 times a week. If that's not enough, 6 to 7 times a week. If it's not 7, 8, 7 times a week. And then you're watching old videos, you're watching more videos, watching breakdowns. If that's what keeps you disciplined in that area and aspect, then do that, man. And guess what? If that's not it, then when you see a man understanding, you better get beside him, man. When that Sabbath class and brothers and sisters want to ask them questions, man, you better ask them questions then. You better have us questions. You better be leading up to these things so it can guide you throughout the week. And it keeps you disciplined. I want to make sure I ask the captain at least 3 questions. So I need to read something so that I can have 3 questions. Motivate yourself to do these things, man. You don't have to motivate yourself to, oh, I didn't need to read 3 chapters. Oh, I don't want to read, right? Give yourself better tasks and more challenges. I want to at least ask the captain 1 question. And when you try to ask that 1 question, now you're reading, well, I don't have questions about this, and this, and this. Well, let me just keep reading until I find it. And now, guess what? You done read 2 or 3 chapters, 4 chapters, just trying to find a question to ask, man. Now, watch this. It says, and if, guess what? If that doesn't work, and if you see it, you're going to wear them doorsteps out, right? So, look, watch this. I'm going to read on. Verse 37. And above all these things, it says, let that mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, man. And you're going to constantly meditate on the scriptures, man. You're going to constantly do these things. Let's go to, what I want to get. Let's go to Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 10. Proverbs chapter 10. I'm going to start at verse number 4. I ain't going to be too long, brothers and sisters, man. Just kind of want to come on here with a quick class of just discipline and trying to really show forth your works unto the Lord. Because I'm going to tell you, that's even something I was trying to hold dear today. Me working all these hours, working all this days straight with no days off, you know. I seriously was fighting with myself today. I'm like, man, I ain't going to do a class. I'm going to do a 5-minute class, a little 10-minute class, right? You know, it's like, nah, man, because, nah, just you ain't got to. But then I thought about it, man. Me being an officer, me trying to being a leader, me trying to grow to be the best that I can be in my position, at my age, at my understanding, at the wisdom and knowledge, even the congregation that I'm at. I have to hold myself to a higher standard to show brothers and sisters there's another standard that we all must meet. And guess what? Whenever I lack in certain things, whenever I do certain things, guess what? Hey, I will hold myself accountable to these things. And this was something that I was like, no, I'm going to do the class, regardless whether I'm tired or not. Because guess what? This word will not go out void, and this work must be done. I want the Lord to look back and play back this on February 20th of 2026. And the Lord be like, hey, man, that was good work you did. Even though that you're retired and you was fighting all these other thoughts, you still chose to serve me and to put out a good class, right? Most High God willing, this is a good class to him, and it's acceptable to him. But these are the things that I kind of think of and I meditate about whenever I do feel deterred, or I feel deterred to not put in fully to the Most High God, right? The book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and verse 4. He becometh poor and dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. It says he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand. When you have a slack hand, you're not really willing to do nothing. Oh, it's just too heavy. Oh, I'm too tired. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Oh, it's too much. And you kind of just moping around, and everything that you do is kind of such a burden. Like, hey, you can go take out that trash. Oh, man, I'm going to have to tie the bag, pull the bag out. What if it's heavy? What if it got trash juice? Then I'm going to have to clean the trash juice off the floor. Then I'm going to have to do this. Now, the more you contemplate and the more that you're talking about this thing, somebody else had already went and did it. And you happy. Yes, good job. Thank you. Yes, you saved me. And think about this when it comes to doing it in truth. You got a slack hand when it comes to reading, studying, praying, fasting. Oh, I don't feel like praying. I don't feel like fasting. I'm already in the bed. I don't have to roll back out of the bed and put my hands in there and face the east. I'm just going to lay down to my side and just pray to the Lord and hope he hears it. I'm going to direct and curve my prayer to the east. I'm not going to read today, man. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do it as soon as I get off. I don't want it to. It's a lot. Oh, then my eyes, you know, they kind of hurting. I got that stigmatism a little bit, so I don't really want to read the precepts. It's okay. I'm all right. I'm not going to do it. Then you see somebody else doing the work, pulling all the precepts, doing all of these things. Yeah, I bring it out. Do it this, do it that. Well, hey, you got a slack hand, man. While he's growing in the spirit, or she's growing in the spirit, guess what? You are decreasing little by little, and you don't see these things, man. All it takes is that little leaven, that little bit of slothfulness to pull a brother and sister out the truth, man. All it takes is one time. One verse you'll keep skipping out on. You might read a chapter, you read every verse, and you try to get understanding. And then now, guess what? You read a chapter, but you really just kind of skimming through the verses. Oh, I know what that means. I ain't going to read it. I'm just going to keep going. I know what that means. I ain't going to go back. And then that's to the point where, oh, you ain't reading the whole chapter. You just reading a precept. Now you're not even reading the precept. Now you just, oh, yeah, yep, all praises. And that's all you're doing now. And then pretty soon it's not all praises no more because guess what? Now you're in the back smoking weed, watching a damn YouTube video, talking about, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, the Lord, yeah, man, he'll kill you, bro. All praises. He taught me. I'm woke. I know the truth. Yup. I know I'm an Israelite. Yup. I know I can't keep doing these to these females. Shh. It's crazy. But you were so high and mighty, man. And now look at these things. But it says, but the hand of the diligent is going to make rich, man. Because you're going to grow in the spirit. You're going to grow in this truth. You're going to increase mightily, man. It says, he that gathered in the summer is a wise son. But he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causes shame, man. Guess what? When it's time to be, when the block is hot and it's time to do the work, yeah, you're kind of sitting around. You're not doing it. It's too hot. It's too much. But you see the brothers on the block rocking, reading, studying, praying, fasting, trying to stay hydrated, doing everything that they can to try to do these things. They gathering in the summer, man. So when this winter come, they have stuff stored up. They have things ready. They done had a Passover. They done had a Pentecost. They done had all these things. They done had a tabernacles. So now it's starting to get cold into these wintry months. And this dead winter, you got enough to store you and to keep you over and to keep your body refreshed until you make it to the next Passover, man. The next year, right? But it says, he that sleepeth in the harvest is a son that causes shame. It's a damn shame that you're getting this truth just to waste it, man. So they'll call you a great waster, right? See if I can find that through the spirit. Shall call him. That is. No, it's like right here. There we go. All praise. Book of Proverbs, chapter 18, and verse number 9. He also that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster. You're just a waste. You're a waste of time, waste of space. How many times brother and sister felt that about somebody? We're like, man, you're just a waste of breath, man. You're just in the way. Move. Just go. Go over there. You'd be better just sitting over there. Think if that's how the Lord felt about you. You think you've been doing this work, you think you've been doing all this, but you really been in this truth having a slack hand, keeping leaven in your spirit during the Passover. Guess what? Not atoning for your sins and not forgiving one another during the Day of Atonement. Truly not wanting to be in a tabernacle to afflict your body and your spirit. Truly not giving your first fruits for the Lord during the Pentecost. Truly not rededicating your temple during the Feast of Dedication. You're not doing the work, man. You're not doing it. You got a slack hand. You're not willing to do it. You don't have enough discipline, have enough heart to truly grow in this truth. You just kind of getting by. You kind of have good spurts every now and then. And yeah, it's just you. You're just creeping in through the woodworks, man. You can fool the average Joe, man. You can fool your brothers, your sisters, your captains, your officers. You can fool us. You can sell a good act. But I'm going to tell you somebody you'll never fake it to, and it'll never work, is the Most High God, man. Brother says, do not be a great waster in this truth. Don't waste your talents. Don't waste the manna that the Lord chose to give you out of somebody else. He chose to feed you this living water, this manna, the blood from Mashiach Yahweh. He didn't feed it to your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your sons, your daughters. He didn't give it to them. And if he did, all praise to the Most High. But if he didn't, he gave it to you. He chose you out of all people to bear his name and to bear the truth and to serve justice with honesty and iniquity, without iniquity, man, and with equity. And you just going to waste it. You're going to take the Lord's blessing. You're going to take all this knowledge and truth and you're going to waste it. And guess what would the Lord say at the end of that? Like he said in Matthew chapter 7, depart from me, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity. Whoever on earth wants to hear that, man? You're just a waste, man. The Lord basically saying, man, you're a waste of spirit. You're a waste of understanding. You're a waste of having this truth. I know I would never want to hear that from the Most High God, nor His only begotten Son, Yahweh. I would never want to do these things, man. This is why, in this truth, we have to stay sober. We have to stay vigilant. We have to stay aware of the things that are going on in order to keep ourselves from falling, man. In order to keep ourselves grounded and diligent into this truth, right? Give this precept, man. We almost out of here. Probably get like 2 more precepts. Go to St. John. St. John, I want to go to probably, I think I want to go to chapter 6. Most I will. I think that's what I want. St. John chapter 6. Yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go. The book of St. John, chapter 6, and verse number 44. It says, no man can come to me except the Father, which hath sent me, draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. Most High God raised us up at the last day, man. We are in the last days right now. The Lord chose for you, Brother Azariah, for you, Brother Lamar, you, Sister Mary Houston, and all you brothers and sisters that's tuned in, right? If you are Israelites, right? And if you are keeping the commandments with diligence, honesty, and sincerity, the Lord chose to wake you up to serve Him and to pronounce His name and to bring light and understanding back into this dark world. He could have left you being a nigga, a whore, a thought, a money maker, man. He could have left you getting a damn bag. He could have left you being, guess what? You was the top gambler. You was the top dice shooter in the hood. He could have kept you the biggest D-boy. He could have kept you doing all this stuff, man. He could have kept you doing what you was just doing a couple years ago. It ain't been that long. It ain't been that damn long. He could have kept you doing that. But he said, nah, I got bigger plans for you. I want you to struggle. I want you to fight. I want you to strive for this kingdom now. I want you to have these everyday woes and these battles within that man and within that woman, that carnal body. I want you to fight every day, not for yourself because you know you want more than this life. He chose for you to do that. He chose for you to put in his work, for you to put your hand to the plow. He chose you. Why waste it, man? Don't sit up here and waste what the Lord is giving you freely, man. He didn't have to give it to you. You didn't deserve it. That's a lot of times people take this truth for granted. Yeah, I got it, man. I'm in it. I ain't leaving. And then that gets to your head. You don't read, oh, that's okay. I already remember them precepts. What if the Lord make you forget? A lot of times we get too puffed up and prideful and thinking that the Lord truly won't do anything and afflict you. And we sadly and we're wrongfully mistaken about these things, man. Do not take this truth for granted because as soon as it was given to you, it can be taken away. And guess what? You know in this truth, the Lord will truly kick your ass, man. Know that the Lord will afflict you and put you through way worse pains and traumas and trick bags when you go against him, when knowing about the understanding of this truth, man. Think I'm playing, man? You got many brothers and sisters testimonies of how that all hell was breaking loose in their household. They had spirits on them they couldn't shake, didn't even know they was reprobated about something until it was finally brought to their attention and the Lord took that veil off their eyes. Before then, there was damn walking zombies with fringes on, man. You better be careful, man. If the Lord put some leaven on you, bro, and he'll stop your heart, man. He'll stop your understanding from these things, man. And brothers and sisters better be careful at these things. Because Christ will never let you go. Because watch this, I'm going to jump up. I'm going to jump up to verse 37. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. Once you come to Christ, the Mashiach Yahweh Shai, and you come to serve Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and you truly trying to serve the Most High God and have Christ as a king, he's not going to get rid of you. He's not going to push you away. He's not going to be like, nah, you're not my son today. He's going to hold on to you dearly. But if you keep fighting, you keep straggling, you keep running, you keep trying to squeeze out his hand, if you keep trying to go and leave your shepherd, and if you keep trying to go ahead and move out his hand and get out of the Lord's hands, go ahead. Because guess what? What is separating between these things? It's one door, man. It's one door. Let's get that. Let's see how easy it is to come and get out of there. Let's go to Genesis. Go to Genesis chapter 4 and verse number 7. It says, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? If thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. When the Lord tells you, man, hey, it's literally a doorway. You're one argument away from your husband to being out of his truth, and the Lord truly afflicting you. You're one argument away. Guess what? You're one day short of not, guess what, loving your wife as you should. Guess what? Hey, you a couple words away from the Lord not requiring these things at your hand. You got one more time to lie on the Most High God's name. You got one more time to blaspheme, right? You got one more time to lie and cheat and lay with other women and men laying with, you know what I'm trying to say. And even men laying with other men. You don't know how much grace the Most High God has given each and every one of us. Don't abuse it. Don't waste the opportunity that the Most High God has given you, man. Guess what? If you fall in this truth, man, hey, pray to the Lord. He don't take your Holy Spirit away and get back up and go, man. This is not the time to stop and slow down and throw down pity parties, man. This is the time to get back up. If you fail, you better make sure you get your ass back up real fast, quick, and in a hurry, and keep serving the Lord, man. We are not in the time to play and joke around right now. If you fall, you better pray the Lord give you that spirit of King David to come back to him wholeheartedly, and you better go. This is not the season for these things, man. This is just not the season for it. Well, watch this. Let me get this last precept. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse number 7. The book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse number 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitudes of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. These are everything that we do, right? I'm going to read it out. As every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of Yahweh. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh. If any man minister, let him do it as the ability which Yahweh giveth, that Yahweh in all things may be glorified through Hamashiach Yahushua, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. This is something that we have to strive for. This is something that we have to push for. This is the discipline we must keep in these end days. Being sober, watching unto prayer, having fervent charity amongst one another, using hospitality, getting the gift that we receive. And guess what it said? Do what? Give that same greed. Go give that same gift, right? Minister the same thing that the Lord gave you. And anytime you speak, try to speak as an oracle of the Most High God. You are an example. You are that light, man. And you cannot hide that candle in a damn bushel. No matter how high you get, no matter how far you go, no matter how dark that alley is, no matter how dark a place you think you can go, that you feel like you can dodge people, you will never dodge the Lord, man. This is the time to keep discipline in our lives and our households. And this is the time to reclaim the throne that was wrongfully taken from us from the wicked ways of our doings, man. We're going to do right. We're going to serve the Most High God with joyfulness and gladness of heart. And we're going to get this kingdom back, man. And that does set Yahweh. And with that, man, we're going to say shalom. Shabbat shalom to brothers and sisters that tuned in, man. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Help us push the truth around the four corners of the earth. Thank you, brothers and sisters who did tune in. I just please pray the class was edifying to the body as well as the spirit, and that y'all can use this class not only for now, but for the edification of the nation, for yourselves, and for more future references, right? Thank you, brothers and sisters who give to the GoFundMe, to the Cash App. That money is being definitely used to, guess what, keep food on brothers and sisters' table, keep brothers and sisters' rides and opportunities to make it to class, to read, to pray. guess what, to have lights in the building, to have the mighty classes, the YouTube, the lives, all the visuals that we have, everything that we doing is all magnifying the ministry, man. And we thank y'all for that. The spiritual arms, the mighty prayers, the mighty fast, not only for themselves, but for the whole nation of Israel, man. The water. We got Sabbath tomorrow, brothers and sisters. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Mighty class. I don't know who's exactly doing class. I want to say it's Captain Yahri. No, Captain Yahri did it last week, I believe. No, it was Captain Benaniyah. So it could be Captain Yahri this week. Or if Captain Jerubbaal can be off, I know he'll definitely be in the building if he'll do them. But just tune in, nevertheless, to get built up and edified in the spirit, man. We got Purim, Feast of Purim coming up, Destruction of Nicanor within about 2 weeks. Brothers and sisters, read up on these stories. I would definitely do a class on the Feast of Purim, and of course also trying to get in Nicanor as well. Brothers and sisters, man, thank you. At the end of every class, we try to finish with a law, statute, and the commandment. I want to read 2 precepts, man. I want to read Revelations chapter 1, verse number 3. This is something that we always finish with at camp. Every time when we finish Sabbath camp, this is the precept. This is the motto brothers have that we do out there. Because guess what? We just finished reading, bringing out mighty words. But guess what? Now we got another week to get better, to bring it out even better than we did before, and to have more knowledge than we did beforehand. Because you see how times, brothers and sisters, see the YouTube. You see 1 week we dealing with damn scoffers out the ass, with damn drunk people, Edomites, fighting, reveling, all these things. And then the next week we're dealing with some high-level so-called Christian apologetics, right? You see how the spirits can change between all these things, man. How we can go from pulling this regular base milk precepts to cut somebody up into going deep into these parables, deep into, guess what, what do they say, going deep into the etymology of the words, and going here, and let's read this book, let's go here, let's get more understanding. It's many times where you can see these things can fluctuate. And so this is always a precept that we keep on our minds and our mental, in order that we can never go far enough for the Lord. Revelation chapter 1 verse number 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So our motto is, blessed is the man that readeth and doeth, right? These are the things that we read, and we have to apply these things to our heart. Not only for ourselves, but guess what? For all those that seek learning, right? Then I'm going to get this law. Go to Exodus. Exodus chapter 18 and verse number 20. The book of Exodus chapter 18 and I started verse number 19. The book of Exodus chapter 18, verse number 19. Hearken now unto my voice, I will give thee counsel, and Yahweh shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto Yahweh. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work they must do. And the thing is, man, there's work and things that we have to enact for the Most High God each and every day. When you wake up, you want to make sure that you're guiding your household in order. You want to make sure you're praying to the Most High God, throwing up mighty prayers. You want to make sure you're studying to show yourself approved. You want to make sure you're loving your wives, loving your husbands, loving your children, right? Directing all these things that you can. The matters that you can, guess what, you can deal with, you can. Guess what, putting yourself away from these other nations, putting yourself away from these heathen and all these other heathenish acting Israelites, man. We want to make sure that you're killing off the old man, the old woman. There's many things that you can do to serve the Lord each and every day that we kind of look past and think that is easy and child's play at times. But these are all mighty acts that you do each and every day that we don't give each other enough credit for. If you can wake up with that same mentality you had yesterday and the thoughts of growing and putting off more and more each and every day, all praise to the Most High. If you're growing and you can wake up with the same thing that you had on your mind, what you read the night before, and you want to add unto it that next day, all praise to the Most High. Guess what? If you failed the day before and you got up with a new and renewed spirit to want to do better, all praise to the Most High. It's all about growing and all about the work that you put in for this truth, man. And it's all about the things that you want to do. Like it says in Hebrews chapter 6, all this work and all these things that you do, it does not go unnoticed. It may go unnoticed by man, your peers, your colleagues, guess what, your spouses, your children, but it will never go unnoticed from the Lord. You keep putting in the work. You keep being diligent. You keep studying. You keep putting away the leaven. And I promise you, the Lord will, guess what? He said he'll perform, and guess what? He'll perform and show you out from the whole congregation, man. He'll show forth your fruits. You'll be adorned by the congregation. Man, that brother came a long way. That sister came a long way. Man, great. I remember when you was, and you looking like, damn, you ain't never said nothing like this before. But guess this how the Lord put you on forefront. Because just brother or sister might not say nothing. Guess what, man? That's just what it is. But the Lord will definitely do what? If you do things in private to grow and to benefit in the truth, what will the Lord do? Reward you openly, man. And this is how the Lord does when you carry that discipline and when you carry these things to uphold yourself in a certain manner and an aspect of how he will want you to do, right? Like I said, I'm Officer Donovan with the Battle Axe of the Most High. Thank you, brothers and sisters, to tune in, man. Have a great rest of your Shabbat. Brothers and sisters, make it home safely. Keep the Shabbat as holy and as cleanliness as you can. Continue to serve the Lord, and y'all make sure y'all get y'all enough sleep to tune in tomorrow for a mighty class from the captains. With that, we're going to say Shabbat Shalom.